We're gonna get this thing set up. We're gonna get out of here and let the gear.
Why gonna get out of here?
Because we want these deer to start using it, and we don't want to scare them off. Because this fall we're gonna come hunt them, huh, buddy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, big time.
Big time.
Big time.
Big time.
Big time.
Hey guys, Nate here with Murray Farm and Ranch. I'm over here at the shop today. It's here it is, the end of June, and deer season's open, right? Now I know what you're thinking, Nate. I didn't take you for a poacher. I'm not. What I'm doing, deer season starts for me in June or July, and that's where I start making the preparations for the fall that I think may make a difference, and I think that's why we've been so successful out here taking nice bucks on a relatively small piece of property. One of the things I like to do is get my mineral sites going. I like to do a mineral site for about one mineral site every 80 acres or so. And I like to start those early, and I use the same sites year after year after year, and deer just seem to come back to them. And they learn where they're at, they learn to utilize them, and they're great places to get pictures early in the season of your bucks growing. I get this site established with a couple of different products, and one is the Trophy Rock. This is the 465, and what they recommend is that you put down 4 bags for a mineral site. And so I have an area close to one of my bow spots that I use this, and I pair it with a Trophy Rock. You can buy these things all over the place. Bass Pro, Cabela's, Tractor Supply, they all have them. I've bought salt blocks, cattle salt blocks. I have purchased other deer blocks. And I honestly do notice a difference between those and the Trophy Rock. It seems like I get more pictures. It seems like deer prefer them. Now, the thing is that if you're on a property that has wild hogs, the hogs are going to utilize your mineral licks as well. And the biggest issue that I have had with the Trophy Rock, the loose rock, is hogs will come in there and they will root around, and the next thing you know, your Trophy Rock is 200 yards from where you put it, because they'll knock that thing and move it around and so forth. And now your mineral rock is gone. And so what I have started doing is I drill a hole through the Trophy Rock, a 1/2-inch hole. I put a 1/2-inch piece of rebar through it, and I elevate it on a T-post. And so I put it about the right height for deer to lick. And hogs, it's too high for the hogs to get to. And if there is a hog that's big enough to get to it, it can't move it off this piece of rebar, and so it at least stays stationary. I found that my Trophy Rocks will last a lot longer this way. Gets them up off the ground, it won't get pushed off. And the other thing that's really nice about doing this is it puts it at an elevated level, and so the pictures of your bucks, it's gonna have their head up, and it gives you a really good look at their rack as it's growing, as opposed to everything being down with their head down. I just feel like it gives me a better look at the deer and a better way to evaluate them. So I'm gonna show you guys how I drill these holes. Pretty basic equipment. I've got a DeWalt hammer drill, and then I've got a 1/2-inch bit. I have used different bits. Masonry bits seem to work pretty well, but I've honestly used metal bits too. The key is, after you drill this hole, you want to make sure and wash your bit off. The salt and air creates a corrosive atmosphere, and your bit will start to rust and it will wear out super fast. Take that from learning experience. Make sure and wash your bit off really well after you drill your hole. When I buy these rocks, I try to pick out a rock that isn't super duper thick. They sell these things based on weight, And so what you're looking for, like this one it's kind of flat and it's longer. They come in all shapes and varieties. When you look in the bins at Tractor Supply or so forth, there's some that are just look like little boulders. There's some that are wider and thinner. I try to pick the wider and thinner ones because I don't have to drill so far. All right, guys, so we've got our hole drilled. I don't know if you can see that it's all the way through or not, but your hole is all the way through. And, you know, this is a piece of rebar, and it will easily go through. This is a 3/8 inch piece of rebar, and I've used a 1/2 inch bit. So you've got plenty of room to slide your rebar. It'll take, you know, 5 or 6 minutes worth of drilling. If you have a good bit and a good drill, it's really not that, it doesn't take that long. It's not that hard. You drill your hole. You want the additional pieces of equipment that you want to have. You want a piece of rebar, you want a T-post, and then you need some wire to wire your rebar to your T-post. So me and Sam, we've got this, we came over to one of our hunting spots, and we've got, you can just see it in the background here. I mean, these deer and hogs have just hammered this spot. The ground's all wallowed out. You can see my T-post kind of sticking up in there. We're gonna freshen this spot up, get us a trophy rock out and some 465, and I mean, I can't tell you how many deer are gonna utilize this. I want to show you kind of some of the evidence of what the deer are doing. Sound good? So this is this mineral spot. You can see there's tracks all around here. You got deer tracks. I think that's probably a hog track. You got little fawn tracks, little pig tracks. I mean, these animals have just beat this ground to pieces from this mineral site. I mean, you can tell that they're utilizing it. What do you think, Sam Bam?
Good.
You think we're gonna see some deer over here this year?
Yeah. Why are these mud tracks right here?
All these tracks, well, because these deer, they're coming in here to eat this mineral. This is a good mineral site, huh?
There's water while they're chicken up.
Yep. There's a lot of tracks over here, huh?
There's like, that looks like a crocodile.
That looks like a crocodile. Well, there's a little creek back here, so there might be a crocodile. I don't know. All right, guys. So you can see we got the rock up. I put the rebar up, and you can see how it's off the ground about 3 feet probably, and that's gonna keep it out of the area of a lot of the hogs. You know, I mean, a big hog could get in here and get to that, but most of the hog pressure is going to be off of it. And even if a big hog gets to it, it's probably not going to root it off this T-post and push it off, you know, down into the woods and down into the creek and so forth. So next part is we're going to sprinkle this bag of 465 around our site. And this site's pretty good size. I typically will do 3 or 4 bags of this stuff, and we'll have us a really nice mineral site that deer and hogs and all kind of other critters are going to use. And this is key to my early season scouting. I don't feed a lot of corn and stuff in the early season. I primarily use food plots in the fall, and these mineral sites are really awesome places to get pictures and to kind of monitor your deer progress. So we're gonna get this thing set up. We're gonna get out of here and let the deer.
Why are you gonna get out here?
Because we want these deer to start using it, and we don't want to scare them off. Because this fall we're gonna come hunt them, huh, buddy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, big time.
Big time.
Big time.
Big time.
Big time.
He's got his trophy rock up. That thing's at about 34, 36 inches, something like that. We've got our 465. Hey, don't get in that water. Get your boots wet. We got our 465 spread out around it. I mean, if that don't look like a good mineral site, I tell you what, I don't know what would. These deer have been utilizing this for 3 or 4 or maybe 5 years now. They've just got it beat down. There's so many tracks around this thing. And I like to put mineral sites somewhat close to water. And if you follow this little trail, which you can't even really tell that there's a trail, but that drops off and there's a creek down there. And this kind of funnels in. If you there's a creek down that way. There's a tree line here, and then there's a tree line here that funnels in, and I've got a little box blind, and then I've got a bow stand back in here. And this is just a really excellent area to see a lot of deer. So I like to utilize places like this, you know, funnels, natural funnels. And this is a perfect site for a mineral lick because it's so close to water. It's kind of secluded. I'm gonna hang a camera right off this tree, and I should be getting pictures within the day. Man, I can't wait for the fall. But all your preparations, those what the success that you have in the fall, so much of it is dictated by what happens right here in June, July, August. And so I can't say how important it is to make sure and put your work in early. Get your deer hunting started early. Something to do, get outside, have your kids out there playing. It's good for them. Good for them to get this sunshine and get out here and get exposed to it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, pound that subscribe button, like the video, come back and follow us for future content. God bless.